Welcome back to your kingdom, guys. Here she is. She's home in my driveway. Here is the aftermath video of the Gillams 2020 Crown Vic. She's still good. I'm saving her. I'm not scrapping her. She's still good yet for another year. She's still got another round or two left in her yet. She got a couple kinks, but the chassis is still good. The rear end is still good. So we're still pretty good to go, and the chassis is still fairly straight. She got a couple dimples there on the sides. I don't know how that's going to make her go. Hopefully that'll cause her to pack in and not slam down on me. This one just touching it. So this one's still straight. This one's got no kinks or anything in it. So it's all on the right side for the most part. I'm gonna cut all this off. There's no real point in beating that all back in. That is completely rusty, and that's probably only gonna get janked up and get in the way. So I think what I might do is probably just cut off this bottom piece and beat this part in flush with the chassis as much as I can. Try to save that, but that's not big of a deal at all. This is the problem up here. She ain't straight no more. But yeah, power steering reservoir is completely gone, and I got a massive slit in my radiator hose. Didn't matter anyways. The thermostat was stuck and she boiled over there about a month before I built it, and she was running hot anyways, and there was nothing in it. I just left her like it. I'm going to take out the thermostat altogether, loop the lines. And I don't know much about these cars, but for me, I'm thinking that there's supposed to be a timing chain on that. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about these vehicles. This is the first time I've seen and saw one, but my valve cover is smashed off, and geez, I don't think that car is sitting straight anymore. She seems like she's kind of gone off to the side a bit there. I don't know if there's supposed to be a timing chain on that or not, but she's eating herself up on stuff. So once we can get her around back to the back of the house, I got a big birch tree back there I'm gonna hook her come along to, and we're gonna start pulling all this back out. Get rid of all this plastic that needs to go, but we'll get this pulled back out, and I don't know, see if I can probably make up a new mount or something like that and weld it all back in place. Your 5/8 and 3/4 threaded rod is a waste of time. Don't buy it. That's not saving nothing. That got bent up that much out of shape. It bust out from the mounts, like that's not even connected to anything anymore. As soon as I can take that nut off, it'll fall right out true. So don't do that. That's a waste of time. You're going to want at least a 1 inch, 1.5 inch, probably even a 2 inch threaded rod. We're going to have to up our game. This car is not going to be the same by the Derby next summer. I know exactly what I missed and what I screwed up on. And a little tip for you guys too, that guys just getting it into these cars and everything and whatnot. These are aluminum bumpers. They're garbage, obviously. They're not that great, but you can fix them up a bit. There's something that I had missed, and I am just realizing it within the last few minutes that is going to save these bumpers a little bit more, especially for the fellas that don't know about it. You see that? Yeah, okay, so anyways, these little plastic pieces right here, this is pretty much all this bumper is held on with. Because, I mean, you got your big brackets or whatever, your bumper shocks, whatever you want to call them. They're bolted on, and all this side is metal. But on the back of it, it's all plastic. That's plastic, man. I would imagine that's very easy to bust off. I don't have a little tear here now. I'm kind of curious. I am going to be replacing this. I have a skin to go over it that come off an 80s Chev. Then I'm gonna try to beat this back down or whatever. I'm not welding, well, obviously not welding to aluminum, but I'm just gonna bolt it on the same way, drill holes through it, bolt it on as best as I can. And these things, I'm gonna have to find an alternative for this. But see that? That's plastic. That's garbage. No wonder people don't like these bumpers and falls off and shit, because they're held down with plastic. You know, that's not gonna do nothing. Like, come on. So that's not gonna do a thing. It's all plastic. That's garbage. I don't know why they would hold them on with that, but whatever. It is what it is. however come out of the factory, but that will definitely be addressed. That is going to be taken off and replaced with some steel, because obviously that's not going to do anybody any good. I'm surprised it never broke off already, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to fix that. We're going to haul out this front end. Other than that, she's not in a horrible shape. I took a bad smack on this side, a really bad smack, but you know, that's not that bad. Door don't open anymore, I don't say. No, not really. Whatever. We'll get that door changed shut. We'll probably might even weld some tabs. Get the doors welded, and I'm going to beat these down after so I can a little bit more clearance. Yeah, this side took a nasty shot. This rim and tire is messed up. He's completely fucked. He won't even put air. I tried, and he won't hold nothing. Won't even offer. A lot of that's going to be beat in. I think I might try to pull this out because it. Never mind. There's no structure there. Never mind. I'll just cut that off. I was going to bolt it up or beat it up and pan it in, but some of it falling off anyways. Rear bumper's still good. Rear bumper's not falling off. Like I said, the rear end's still good. Rear end is perfect. We just got to do a little bit of modification or whatnot, and hopefully we can get that to go straight in. But yeah, that's good. I got to figure out something with my fuel system too. And my gear shifter broke off the morning of, the day before the Derby. Actually, my gear selector broke off. That don't do nothing anymore. That's toast. So the morning of the Derby, actually, while my car was being inspected, I was actually having that welded up as well. So that's a little bit of a tricky setup because there's a push-pull system, right? Now, I'm not used to that. This is the first time I've ever used it my entire life. In 28 years I've been on this planet, I've ever used something like that. So we're going to keep it, but I think I'm going to try to modify it a little bit. I'm going to make up a bracket to go down on the floor for the rod to go through, so that this is a little bit not how can I put this? Not stiffer, but like there's not so much, you know what I mean? It's not sloppy as much. It's almost like, you know, it's got some stiffness to it. I'm going to try to do that, and I'm going to try to take this and heat it up and bend it up, so then you got more of like a, I don't know, you're not pulling from back here. You got a rod up here that, you know, make it a little bit more easier. I do like that system because obviously these things are not very tough, and it would have broke off very, very quickly. So yeah, definitely go over that route. Those things are wicked to have. Fuel pump holder, that worked perfect. That never jarred. That didn't do nothing. That's perfect. I love that. I'll be using that probably now from now on. My tank is too small. My buddy figures half of what was wrong with my car is that I had no gas, and that's the reason why I was losing so much power. He don't even really believe that as much of the engine. That's why I'm kind of questioning about that valve cover. But we'll definitely be addressing that. Car will come off the trailer hopefully sometime today. I'm gonna fill her up with gas, take her down off the trailer. I gotta figure out something with that other tire on this side before I get her put around back, because there's not much I can do with it with the car being up here. There's not a whole lot that I can do. But yep, that's the aftermath, guys. She still runs. She runs good. We'll be doing more videos on this very, very shortly once I can get her around back, because like I said, I need that big tree and might come along to start hauling this stuff out. It's not going to take too much to fix her, I don't think. I got some nice, actually 16-inch full steel wheels. They're not like this. They don't have holes. There's a whole steel wheel, and I think I might drop a size in the rear to try to bring that front end up a little bit too. This front end has definitely got to come up. That's what happened when I hammered down into number 77's front. His bumper completely cleared this and went straight into my fucking rad. So that front bumper has got to come up. She's got to come up. So I think I'm gonna leave the 17s on the front, peel that back up, but leave the 17s on the front, put some 16s on the rear so you can drop it just a little bit. I'm going to probably get this lawn back up somehow. It's not going to be pretty again, obviously, but when I get the lawn back up, I'm going to try to get some big threaded rod and keep it all in place, I suppose, the best that I can. Probably use some, I don't know, galvanized pole or something like that, I guess, would probably be enough. And probably start welding on some tabs wherever I'm allowed, because I would imagine I'm not allowed to do it, you know, all over the place. It's not a pro of my car. But we'll find out. We'll see exactly what I'm allowed to do after this. Now I learned a lot, seen a lot after the last weekend, so I should be able to do something with this now. I got a few ideas in my head, and you guys are going to be coming along with me. I'll be definitely showing you everything. Anyways, guys, that's the aftermath of the car. She still runs. You guys will see her running very, very soon. I don't have a truck here at the moment, so I can't get her off the trailer. She's going to have to wait. Alright, guys, until next time, keep building, stay safe.